Hey, what's up guys, this is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Quick Draw we're gonna reunite with an old friend and see exactly what the fuck happened to the Galatine. So as we know, the aftermath of Melee 2.0 changed a lot of things for a lot of weapons. The hardest hit were the charge-based weapons whose devastating attacks dissipated into nothingness. The Galatine, who at the time packed the biggest, hardest, and most powerful swing, definitely suffered at the hands of the nerf bat. But the real question is, bitching and moaning aside, how bad of a nerf was it really? So for those of you who haven't seen the first vid, you can pick up the Galatine's blueprints in the market for 25,000 credits. Now its build components aren't too difficult to get, so I would definitely recommend just building it. But if this long, hard, sexy piece of steel is just too much for you to resist, you can always pick it up pre-built along with a catalyst and a weapon slot for 175 plat. Now, since the last time I reviewed this was all the way back in Damage 1.0, yes, you heard me right, Damage 1.0, we're going to cover some of the basics. So its primary damage type is slashing with very little of anything else, which means that elemental combos are more than necessary on this one. Alrighty, so let's get down to business. Now, previous to Melee 2.0, with the right mods, the Galatine sported over 1,200 points of charge damage, and was classified as Serrated Blade, a damage type that ignored armor and did up to 3 times the damage to infested units. It wasn't uncommon for a single charge attack to deal over 5,000 points of damage, without triggering a critical. In fact, running a Loki stealth build meant that you were able to take down almost anything with a single charge slash. But the fact is, all of that is history. After Melee 2.0, the Galatine dropped somewhere into the mid-tier of melee weapons. It's got an average base damage, an average attack speed, and doesn't really have any notable supplemental stats, other than an above average reach and a decent status chance. Which, you know, I'm really excited for. So the real question is there a saving grace for our beauty of a beast? Well, there is one thing. So, can we talk? Now the fact is the Galatine isn't anything like it used to be. The numbers just aren't there and the mechanics have completely changed. But on that exact same note, the mechanics have completely changed. In Melee 1.0, the only thing you ever did with the Galatine was charge it up, rush in, and swing for the fences. I mean seriously, it was a one-trick pony, and while that bucking Bronco had some serious power, I have to be honest, I actually enjoy using it more now than I did then. It's kind of like how some guys that are equipped with very big swords think it's all about the size and power. It's just a bunch of thrusting and stabbing that either leaves you really bored or really sore, or realistically both. What it really comes down to is finesse, technique, and the entire experience when you're, playing. It's just as much about the weapon as it is about the moves. I mean, let's face it, charge attacks are basically like missionary. It got the job done, but it was dull as dirt. But that's just my 2 cents, so let's get back to the Quick Draw. Now, all in all, while the Galatine itself is a shell of its formal statistical glory, the new combo system has definitely given our old friend some new life. And although the stance and combo multipliers will probably never be able to bring it back to some of the ridiculous numbers we've seen in the past, they definitely help make using the Galatine a little less painful for those of us who had used it prior to Melee 2.0. Now, for new users, the Galatine is a fairly decent weapon once you get your hands on the stances. It's easily accessible and does come with a built-in dash polarity. While it's not the top damage weapon in the game, it'll definitely last you long enough while you gather up the resources for something better, and have some serious fun while you do it. So I guess the real lesson here is, sometimes it's not about the size of the blade, but rather how you swing the sword. Thank you all for watching another episode of the Quick Draw. If you want to take a trip down memory lane, I'll link the original Quick Draw I did on the Galatine, as well as the axe stand spotlight that the Galatine uses. Don't forget to do the thing that I asked you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned for more non-missionary content here at A Gay Guy Plays. Seriously, I do one review using classic Loki, and everyone wonders where Loki Prime went. Don't worry, I'm not gonna throw him away. It's not like he's a Rhino Prime or a Volt or something worthless like that. Ooh, shots fired.